Scandal Squad, welcome back to the channel, Celebrity Scandalous. Hey y'all, how you doing? Happy New Year. Glad you guys are here. So today what I wanted to talk about, well, it's a whole lot of ish that we need to talk about. It's stuff going on still from what happened in New Orleans. The whole Sugar Bowl was moved to today. People have gotten stranded. Some people paid like $250 for their tickets, for the Sugar Bowl. I forget the two schools that are playing, I ain't gonna lie, but people weren't able to change their flights, so they had to fly out today. And so thousands of people, this is crazy, you guys, maybe we'll talk about that later, are in New Orleans and didn't even get to go to the Sugar Bowl, and they're having it today instead. They had to try to rearrange everything. But anyway, y'all, I am here to talk about today. Let's see, I see some comments. Hey, Ronnie Head, welcome to the chat. Thank you for coming. Hey, Joker, it's so good to see you. Happy New Year. Eva, Happy New Year. Thank you guys for joining today. So yeah, let me get started now, y'all. Some of you guys who haven't been here before, y'all know I am struggle streaming with this whole StreamYard. I'm trying to get up to speed. I'm like Erykah Badu. I'm sensitive about my shit, so don't be too hard on me if I be screwing up. But thank you for being here. So you guys, let me see. Did you guys hear that the New York, I don't want to click off of that. The New York, the former New York chief of police, they raided his house today. I mean, New York ain't playing. Everybody in the New York district is under fire, right? The mayor, all of these people have been accused of doing nefarious things, which I mean, I believe it. People in power, these white collar crimes. But anyway, y'all, it says the New York Police Department officer retired, and he is now being raided and investigated. So let me see if I could play. I was going to try to read it to you, but they have now that with AI, they have these things where it'll read the article for you. So let me go ahead and play it. And so you guys could see there, it says disgraced former New York Police Department Chief Jeffrey Maddrey. His home was raided by feds and internal affairs. And that was today. They are trying to lock people up. The 2025, y'all remember what Cat Williams said? 2024 was going to be the year of revelation. Well, it looks like we're doing the same thing. We starting the same way off in 2025. So let's listen to this article. And you guys let me know if you can hear it, because I might have to do something different.
Disgraced former NYPD Chief Jeffrey Maddrey, home raided by feds and internal affairs. The NYPD's Internal Affairs Bureau and federal investigators raided the Queens home of disgraced former NYPD Chief of Department Jeffrey Maddrey Thursday, as a criminal investigation into accusations he swapped sex for overtime was launched, officials said. Search warrants were also executed in other locations as the NYPD officially suspended Maddrey, NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch said in a statement. Maddrey, 53, abruptly resigned and put in his retirement papers on December 20 after bombshell allegations were made by NYPD Lieutenant Quafisha Epps. She claimed Maddrey, the highest-ranking uniformed member of the department, had sexually harassed her and forced her to perform unwanted sexual favors in return for overtime pay. On Thursday morning, federal investigators linked to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York were seen removing cartons of papers, cardboard boxes, and other items from Maddrey's home. A large Christmas wreath hung on the front door of his home on 147th Road in Rosedale. At my direction, the Internal Affairs Bureau of the New York City Police Department is working with law enforcement authorities to investigate allegations against former Chief of Department Jeffrey Maddrey, Tisch wrote. Maddrey was suspended from the department this morning as law enforcement agents executed search warrants at several locations, including his residence. Any NYPD officer who retires technically stays on the books for 30 days and can be suspended if it's been determined he's violated department rules or committed a criminal act. If fired before he officially retires, Maddrey would still get his pension but wouldn't get an NYPD retiree ID card or a good guy letter, which would indicate to a future employer that he left the department in good standing, police sources said. City Hall spokeswoman Kayla Mamalak would not say whether Mayor Adams was given a heads-up about the Maddrey raid. Mamalak did say the mayor, who has known Maddrey for decades and elevated him to chief of department, is working with Tisch as the investigation into the former top police official continues. As Mayor Adams has said, the allegations against former Chief Maddrey are deeply disturbing, Mamalak said. The mayor is working in close coordination with Police Commissioner Tisch as the NYPD conducts its investigation. A Daily News report published in November named Epps as the highest-paid member of the NYPD, raking in $406,515, well above the $285,313 former Commissioner Edward Caban made in fiscal year 2024. In her complaint with the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, Epps alleged Maddrey repeatedly demanded sex in exchange for her getting overtime hours, and that when the lieutenant began to reject Maddrey's advances, he retaliated by adding her name to a much-scrutinized internal list of the department's top overtime earners. Upon Maddrey's departure, Tisch began a top-to-bottom review of the department, particularly when it comes to how overtime is filed and approved, Mayor Adams said Tuesday. Tisch also replaced a large section of the NYPD's Internal Affairs Bureau, including the head of the department, which would have been responsible for investigating any claims against Maddrey. As the shakeups continue, Deputy Chief Paul Saraceno, the commanding officer of the Chief of Department's office and considered Maddrey's second-in-command, was placed on modified assignment Tuesday afternoon. On New Year's Eve, John Chell was sworn in as the NYPD's new chief of department. An email to Maddrey's attorney, Lambros Lambrou, for comment was not immediately returned. At this time we have no comment, Epps attorney Eric Sanders said when reached Thursday morning. Sanders wouldn't say if the feds have interviewed Epps regarding her claims against Maddrey. A spokesman for the Southern District would not comment about the raids or the criminal investigation. With Chris Sommerfeld and Molly Crane Newman.
Okay, you guys. So let me.
Renowned researcher Marty Martin, dubbed the ambassador of rattlesnakes, dies from rattlesnake bite.
We're done. We're done. Okay. So let me read the comments. So Mia Lupari, I hope I said it right. Thank you for joining. So Mia, you said you grew up with the guy who took his job, John Chell, who is now chief of department. He hung out with some tough kids, although he wasn't one of them. Okay, so he's already been replaced. I mean, I'm just getting up to speed on this. I'm on the West Coast, so we ain't been following it like that. We got our own internal issues, like our mayor is just getting kicked out. But Ronnie Head is saying that's taxpayers' money. Exactly. That's crazy. So I'm not shocked by all of this, you guys. But the fact that the chief, the person who is supposed to be enforcing laws, up here exchanging or signing off overtime for, sex? Come on now. This is crazy. Hey, Joker, welcome to the channel. Yep. So you said you didn't know about that feature where you could read the articles. Yes, because you could read it, and I know some people don't like AI, so to speak, but it's just kind of cleaner and you don't get all the ums and uhs and uhs. And when you're reading some of these things, it's so small and you can't see the commas and the punctuation ain't right. So it just be sounding crazy. Let me see. I missed a couple but anyway. So basically this man has resigned. And the crazy thing about it is that it sounds like he's going to be able to get his pension. And I don't see how people, if they're doing all of these things with taxpayer dollars, how do you still get the money? Like, that's crazy. First, you should be facing some kind of criminal charges, and you still gonna get your pension. And that's why a lot of times when they do stuff like this, like if you guys remember, and somebody said he was hanging out with Diddy. Yeah, there were reports early on that him and the mayor, Eric Adams gave Diddy the key to the city. So those guys were all intertwined. It's a network of those guys, right? But even when a lot of this stuff broke with Diddy, remember those execs, they were resigning and retiring from their positions because they wanted to get their benefits before they got terminated or fired, before anything was filed against them. So they think they're slick. But I mean, I don't know how the laws work with stuff like that. But if you're doing things like this with taxpayer dollars and, getting, favors for overtime, you shouldn't be able to get ish. And you should just be flat out fired. You should not be allowed to retire. And even if you do retire, to me, it seems like it should be rescinded. That's just what I think. Mio says, Mio, it sounds like that's a guy's name. I'm just going to assume because it's not an A. Went to grammar school with him. Haven't seen him in over 30 years. I don't hang with cops. Okay. I don't hang with cops either. Actually, I did date a sheriff back in the day. Ethio says you are crazy too. Okay, thank you. I hope so. I hope I'm crazy enough to get y'all to come in and watch. Okay, so I'm gonna just chalk that up as a compliment, Ethio. But anyway, you guys get the hit the thumbs up, and I'm gonna go back over some of the details of this case. So that's his house being raided today. They had bags and bags of things that they brought out. The criminal investigation has been initiated. So it's a criminal investigation, but as with anything else, that's probably going to be the beginning of an indictment. It says search warrants were also executed at other locations. So I'm not sure where. And I'm sure there are other people that are going to be, caught to the carpet as well. And so they're saying that he did resign on December 20th because he knew the allegations were being made. Okay, so the lady is Quatisha Epps. Let's talk about her. So what do you guys think about, Ronnie says you should be fired, not resign. That's what how are you? Because listen, if I do something in my job, it's straight up termination. Because I remember even, like in my earlier days in IT, if you did something that brought the network down or something, you were going to be terminated. So why do these guys, especially, they get so much money? These people are making six-figure salaries. And when we talk about six-figure salaries, we're not talking about 150, 160. We're talking about like $250,000, $300,000. They're making good money. Even though their base salary may be something like 200, but with the overtime and all of these benefits they get. So, excuse you, that is criminal. That is a crime. Not only that's workplace sexual harassment, it's just all bad. So how do you get to resign and not be fired? But let me ask y'all about Quatisha Epps. Okay. What are y'all thoughts about this? And this is not victim blaming at all. But it's interesting to me that some of these women, they will do, if she was having relations with this man and getting overtime, some of these women be doing it because it's to their benefit. Like, did he force you to do it? Like, how long did you go along with it before you got fed up, or did y'all fall? I just have questions about that. I really do. Because is it Joker TV, thank you. This is my first super chat for the year. Hey, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate that. Thank you. So y'all, these women, because I've had some managers that have kind of liked me, and we kind of played to it. I ain't never had to sleep with none of them. No, none of that. But do we feel like some of these women they go along with it as long as it works for them? Or are you saying that it was harassment and you were forced into it? Because if you got the overtime, so it's like you got a benefit. I don't know. It's not like your job was necessarily in jeopardy. Maybe you just didn't get the benefit, but did you the overtime, but did you have to do it? Like, Ethio says y'all love me too. I love you back, boo. I love you back. I don't know if that was a compliment earlier or not. Sometimes it's hard to read or understand what people are saying in the comments. It's hard to, but okay. Thank you. So Mio says, I'm like Chappelle, a victim blamer. Well, That's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that, y'all. So please don't shoot the messenger. But to me, it's kind of crazy. It's like, well, hell, I mean, how long were you sleeping with this man? I haven't even gotten to the part how long she was doing it, but you got overtime. That's what you wanted. Was that some like a special privilege? Like, were you not entitled to get it? So you slept with him to get that benefit? Because they got women. Y'all making my year. Damn. Eva, thank you. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Y'all, Eva has been rocking with me. This is one of the my super this is the one of the y'all know what they call it. Y'all know I'm getting old. I forget. Back in the day, we were sister wives for Kwame Brown. And so Eva, she goes way back. She was my sister wife with Kwame. It's like, because y'all remember when everybody was on the Kwame Brown wave. And so Eva was one of the ones we just kind of had like some ongoing jokes and everything. But thank you. I appreciate that. That's so sweet, you guys. Thank you. Yes. Eva was from back in the day. Ethio, I don't know what you're saying, the KKKK. I know KKK, but I don't know KKKK. So I don't know what you're saying. But okay. It's all love. It's all love. But yeah, so it's like, ma'am, was it the fact that you weren't supposed to be getting overtime? Because I know at our job, like overtime is something that it has to be approved, right? And usually they don't like to approve it because, your salary is decent and everything, and they kind of expect you to work these extra hours. So did you give him the X so that you could get it when you weren't entitled to it, or you should not have been getting it? That's what I wonder about people. It's like, okay, thank you, Ethio. I appreciate that. Thank you. So that's kind of what I look at it. Like, these women come out after the fact, after you've had 10 years. Well, I don't know how long they was doing it, but after you had years of getting this privilege of getting overtime and you sleeping, like, and I feel like, just me thinking about this, she probably was getting money from the man too. I think a lot of things are going to come out. It's going to be a lot more than that. But y'all, let's go back and look at this guy's picture. And again, I'm not shaming anybody, but this guy, are you looking at this? He just, dang, really? You know what some people will do? I'm thinking that the job had to be pretty good. She had a pretty high position, and you had to do that. Like, really, was it required? Was it necessary? I don't know. Like, I can't even imagine. Maybe he got some swag. Maybe it's something, but yikes. Like, oh, girl, really? Like, what people will do for some money. It's crazy to me. Like, you could have reported this man a long time ago. Mio says the overtime, she was taking place in hotels. She's a HOOO. Yeah, like, that's what you see, this is the thing. After it's all over and done, and I know some of y'all gonna be mad at me about this, but even like I say about Cassie, she was a victim. We saw the video where Diddy, beat her up and stuff. But to some degree, y'all participated in this stuff too, because you had a benefit. It's not like, like, what were your circumstances? Did you do this because you couldn't eat? Like, did you have children that you were taking care of and y'all rent was, you know what I'm saying? Or were you doing some of this just to get these luxury bags, or, to get that fly car? Like, so sometimes I don't have the same. Hey, welcome Miss T3000. Y'all, shout out Miss T3000. She, I was doing a $50 cash giveaway to a mom for Christmas, and nobody was putting a cash app. So Miss T3000, she's a subscriber, and she got the cash app. So congratulations, mama. And I'm going to be doing it again too. In a few weeks, I'll be doing another $50 cash giveaway. So y'all tell some friends. I prefer to help single moms because it's hard. It's school supplies. They got to do things for the kids. Sometimes they want to take the kids to, Joker says, congratulations. They just want to do things for the children sometimes, maybe an extra movie day, whatever. But I just kind of like to give back, because I've been there. I know what it's like when, you got the babies and we got to be doing all these Disney on Ice and all of this stuff. And right now, the kids, they want to see Wicked. I haven't seen it yet. I want to go see Wicked. Oh, you're welcome, girl. You are so welcome. It's nothing. Yeah, I want to be able to give back, and like the more my channel grows, the more I will be able to give back once I have memberships and stuff. Like I want to do stuff where I'm helping versus just taking. The one thing y'all can help me do is keep the videos, like it and share stuff like that. And then, we can be a community and help other people, especially women, because it's hard on us, with the red pill. They be talking about single moms and for even mothers that are married. It takes a lot to raise these kids. We all got to help each other. But anyway, back to this woman. Like Mio says, yeah, you sitting up there, and when were you having relations with these men? You know what I'm saying? With this man. Like you sitting up there, you having relations. You probably could have went and reported him a long time ago. You didn't even have to do it, but you got the overtime. I'm sure you got some extracurricular benefits from him. Girl, come on now. It's like all of them really be crooked. So it says she claimed Maddrey, the highest ranking uniformed member of the department, had harassed her and forced her to perform. Okay, so she's saying it was forced in return for overtime pay. So I don't know how I'm reading that. Is it like this? That sounds iffy to me. He forced her for unwanted favors in return for overtime pay. Like, if you didn't get the overtime pay, then would you not have had to have relations with him? Like, it sounds to me like she's complicit on some way, but she's trying to spin it so that, it's like, I didn't want to do it. He made me do it. And then he gave me some overtime pay, And if this is the case too, to be honest, if he wanted just to have the favors, why didn't he just pay out of pocket? Couldn't he have supplemented her income with his own money? So anyway, it goes on to say the Internal Affairs Bureau of New York City is working with law enforcement and authorities to investigate the allegations against him. He was suspended from the department this morning as law enforcement agents did the search work. So now I'm confused about that, because did he resign or retire? And which is it? It seems like there's some overlap. He was suspended, but I thought earlier it said that he was resigning. Okay, so it says any new NYPD officer who retires technically stays on the book for 30 days and can be suspended. Oh, okay, so he thought he was slick. So he retired back like around December 20th, but you're still on the books for 30 days, which means if there's something that comes up, you can be suspended. So that's a little loophole he probably wasn't planning on. So it says he can be suspended if it's been determined he's violated department rules or committed a criminal act. His ass is grass, y'all. Because it looks like they're going to be able to go retro and be like, you didn't get out in time. You didn't get out before this, whatever this loophole is, expired. So they're saying Epps, which is Quatisha, alleged that he repeatedly demanded relations in exchange for her getting overtime hours, and that when the lieutenant began to reject Maddrey's advances, he retaliated by adding her name to a scrutinized internal list of department's top overtime earners. Well, it sounds okay. So she was a lieutenant, so she had a nice position. To me, again, I don't know her situation or whatever, but sometimes it's like you are not in a position where you just scrape and buy, or, I'm not even gonna try to be funny, but like, say for example, you a woman of a certain age and you out here hustling at like a fast food place and you got kids to feed or something. It makes sense. But this woman, it sounds like you were in a position of power or authority. So I think sometimes people just get a little bit too greedy. And then she knew that this man kind of liked her or whatever, and may have used it to her benefit. Of course, it's all going to come out. But what we're finding out with a lot of these cases, y'all, is once they start pointing the fingers, it starts pointing back to them too. It says upon his departure, she began, Tish, the other woman, began a top to bottom review of the department when it came to how overtime is filed and approved. So, okay, now this is starting to make more sense too. Tisch also replaced a large section of NYPD's Internal Affairs Bureau, including the head of the department, which would have been responsible for investigating any claims against Maddrey. So y'all, okay, let me go to the comments. Let me see what y'all saying. Thank you. Miss T3000 says, thanks, Joker TV. Okay, y'all sweet, thank you. It takes two anyway, Ethio. If you hit the three dots in the corner, there's a button there. Please hit the like. Thank you guys. Yes, thank you. Sounds like, but that's what I'm saying. Miss T3000 says it sounds like bartering. Joker says, Miss T1000, she really is. Congratulations to you. Oh, thank you guys. So sweet. I mean, it's only $50, y'all. So, but I'm just glad that you appreciate it. And hopefully I hope I can do even more. You sound like you're from Brooklyn, New York. No, I'm from California, from the West Coast. But so, y'all, let me see. Oh, so this is what I was going to say. Now, what I'm thinking is she didn't even necessarily go and complain about this, y'all. At first, I was under the assumption that she reported it. No. It looks like, based on how this is reading, that once that some rumors got out about it, and then once there was an investigation, that she squealed on him. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, that maybe the word got out and then she came forward. It wasn't like she was the one who initiated this investigation. Like, she was cool with it until, stuff got out, and then it wasn't working to her benefit anymore. I don't know all of the allegations. I haven't read the complaint or everything, but I'll go back and get more in depth and read it more in depth. So they're saying that they tried to reach out to Maddrey's attorney. Of course, no response. I know he's like, y'all, I ain't seeing ish. So at this point, they have no comment from him. And let's see what else. As the shakeups continue, Deputy Chief Paul Saraceno, the commanding officer of the Chief of Department's office and considered Maddrey's second in command, was placed on modified assignment Tuesday afternoon. So it sounds like it's a lot of people that's going to be getting in trouble from all of this. And honestly, I wonder if she's going to face any penalties because she accepted it. Like it's one thing for somebody to say, if you don't do this, you can't keep your job. But it's another thing to say, you did this and now you get a benefit. I don't know how that works. I think there's going to be an issue. I think she's going to face some. Hey, y'all, here's my early StreamYard mentor in AT2. Y'all, when he comes into the chat, I ain't going to lie, I get nervous. I'll be like, he looking to see what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. But hey, AT2, thank you for joining the chat. I know most of you guys already know AT2, so I don't even need to introduce him or tell you to go follow him. He is got like up to 50, almost on his way to 60,000 subscribers, on his way to 100K. So yes, me and AT2 go way back to the early 2020s. We was all doing the Jaguar Wright content. If you guys are interested in the Jaguar Wright shenanigans, go check out AT2. He is exposing her right now. She done accused him of lying and manipulating her words, saying he used AI when she said Jay-Z did stuff to her. So y'all go check him out. But thank you, AT2, and Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Yeah, y'all. So this is crazy. Do you guys think that she is going to, have that she's going to be considered complicit in all of this? I don't think that this lady is necessarily just going to be able to say, oh, woe is me, he did all of this to me, because you were getting overtime that you probably weren't entitled to. And I also wonder, is she going to have to pay it back? Now, I wonder, are they gonna do something and make her pay some of this money back, because like these people, you can't just be scamming government, getting all this money. And how much was she getting? Like, they don't even go into the details as to how much money or how much overtime. But if you know any of those city entities, their overtime be like $50, $60, $70 an hour. they get their regular pay, and the overtime be double time. I know, like in the Bay Area, like the deputies, the sheriffs and stuff, like if they were making like $50 or $60 an hour, it was like 120. It was crazy. These, like the police officers and the deputies, their salaries was like way up in the high six figures, you know. And I know in other places it might not be that high, but once they get the overtime, it's crazy. So y'all, I just wonder, is this lady Quatisha, is she going to have to answer to some stuff? Is she going to be investigated? Because it sounds like there's a whole shakeup within the whole organization. But let me switch to something else, you guys. Did y'all hear about last night? Let me find it. About what happened in New York. If there's anybody from New York in here now, did you guys hear about the mass shooting yesterday? I'm trying to find it. 1 second. New York. It was at a nightclub in Queens. So, okay. So let me click on this. I'm going to share this right now. So, y'all, yesterday there was a mass shooting in New York. 10 people were hospitalized. And let me see. Can you guys see it? Can you guys see it? Okay, right here. Let me try to make it bigger. I'm trying to make it bigger so you can see it, just in case you didn't. So if anybody's from New York in here, let me know. It says there was a mass shooting in New York yesterday. 10 were hospitalized with injuries on Wednesday night after an attack outside the Amazura nightclub in Queens. About 30 shots were fired before the gunmen fled on foot. They were then seen getting into a sedan with out-of-state plates. It's like yesterday was nuts. So much happened. I'm gonna try to see if I can find a video to talk about it. I saw this late last night, so I actually did a video about it. Mass shooting in New York. It's like, what the hell is going on? Okay, let's see this. This might be it. Let me click on this and share this.
New York, where a mass shooting in Jamaica, Queens
left
10 teenagers hurt. Police say several suspects opened fire outside of a venue just after 11 on New Year's night.
Police are searching for the 4 male suspects who they say fired into the crowd of about 15 people, shooting about 30 times. These people were standing in front of an event space.
Officers responding to the multiple 911 calls found a total of 10 victims, 6 females, 4 males, which were taken to area hospitals. All of the victims are expected to recover with non-life-threatening injuries.
Police says the suspects fled on foot and were then seen getting into a sedan with out-of-state license plates. The motive was not immediately known, but police say it is not terrorism.
I mean, you know what? They're saying this, but they really don't know. I feel like they really don't know what it could be. It could be a lot of things. And that's scary. That's crazy, right? Why you have Brooklyn accent? I don't know. I don't know. Nobody's ever told me that I had a Brooklyn accent. You were from New York. Did you hear about that last night? Did you hear about the shooting? Are you anywhere close to that? Like, do you know of any updates? Do you know anybody that was involved? You said everything is crazy this time. Yeah, this is like one of the worst beginning of the new year that I've seen in some years. It's a lot going on, right? Like with the New Orleans, that situation is terrible. So many people didn't even get to go to the Sugar Bowl. That's another thing. Let's see. Let me go back about that one. Some of the people that have flown in for the Sugar Bowl and that were participating in, that were planning to participate or go to the game, they couldn't even, because they moved it to a different day. They moved it to today. So the people, they couldn't change their flights. I mean, people probably had to be back at work or whatever the situation. And it was so many people impacted they had to sell it. Some people, this one lady, let me see, Sugar Bowl tickets. One woman had purchased her tickets for like $200, and they had to resell them for like $11. Like, can you imagine? You took a flight all the way out there, did not even get to do what you wanted to do. That's crazy. Let me see. Hey Lulu. Hey Lulu, thank you. Hey everybody, this is my mom Lulu. Thank you for joining, Lulu. I'm gonna try to share this. Let me try to share this. Okay, so after the incident, I'm trying to share. Okay, so after the incident on New Year's Day, they're saying that the Notre Dame and Georgia fans abandoned New Orleans after the terror attack, postponed Sugar Bowl as ticket prices plummeted. The decision to postpone Wednesday's Sugar Bowl to Thursday afternoon in the wake of the attack that killed at least 14 has left some Notre Dame and Georgia football fans surrendering their seats before a disappointing return flight home. We can't get new flights, said Lisa Borelli, a 34-year-old Philadelphia resident who came to New Orleans with her fiance, a 2011 Notre Dame graduate. So see, people went there specifically to see the Sugar Bowl, and now that they probably should have, because I would be afraid. Number one, they're saying that there's still a couple of people associated with the guy that have not been apprehended, so that's scary. And you just want to make sure that they take the proper precautions. And because now that they're calling this a terrorist attack, are there going to be copycats? Are there going to be others? So I understand. So she went on to say they couldn't get new flights. And it says postponing the game was absolutely the right call. She completely understands. I'm sure you do. I would rather them postpone it too than to lose my life, because they don't know. She said they paid more than $250 per ticket. So that's $500, you guys, plus your flight and your hotel, like thousands of dollars that you paid to come to this game, but I mean, the positive side is you leaving with your life. Listing them for resale, yet because prices were so low, of course, we're disappointed to miss it and to lose so much money. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We're fortunate enough that we'll be fine. Yeah. So, I totally agree with what they're saying. They're saying some seats on StubHub were as low as $11. Can y'all imagine? You pay $250 per person, $500, and the resale is $11. If you can even sell it, right? Hell, you might as well just give it away. After Wednesday's tragedy, as scores of fans unloaded tickets on the secondary market, even the top seats were selling for $440 on StubHub. Earlier Wednesday, field level seats were going for as much as $1,700 on Ticketmaster before officials opted to postpone the game. Oh my God. So some people, and I'm going to say, if you purchase a ticket for $1,700, then you probably got two, because most people don't go to the game alone. So you spend like $3,400 or something like that. Listen, is my math a little off? Y'all know what I'm saying. And the resale is probably plummeted. Can y'all imagine that? Ticketmaster why did they just cancel it and give people their money back? Because I know in situations like this, they have insurance. Why didn't they maybe move it to a different time or just cancel and refund the money? So basically they're showing the ticket sales, like how much they've gone down. So $11.17. And I know those tickets are expensive for college games. So like these are some of the people. They just pissed because they got to leave, didn't get to see the game. Should be happy that they're still alive though. The casualties in New Orleans occurred when Samsa Din Jabbar, a 42-year-old citizen born and raised in Texas, rammed his vehicle into a car, into a crowd. Now, y'all, that was crazy to me. Am I the only one that was shocked that this man is a brother? I think, Lulu, we talked about that yesterday. The fact that when we heard the name, Joker saying, "Hey, Lulu's World, hey." Lulu is saying, "Hi, celebrity. Wishing you a prosperous new year, girl. It's gonna be prosperous for the both of us because we gonna do this." Lulu is saying, "Hey, Joker." Lulu saying, "Hey, Miss T 3000." She's saying, "Hey, Eva." Joker says, "I have to go, but please hit the like button for." Thank you, and Joker, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you. Lulu is saying, "Hey" to Ethio and Mio. And Lulu was saying, "Joker, thanks for stopping by." Yes, thank you for stopping by. Oh yeah, so the guy, the name, yeah, let me go get his name again. What is his name? Shamsuddin Jabbar. Y'all, when they show his picture, I just knew he was from Middle Eastern or Arabic or something like that. Forgive my ignorance, but this man is a brother. Listen. They have not come out and said what his ethnicity is, but just from what I could see, and even though he has like a Islamic name, this man, I'm assuming, I'm just putting 10 on the 2 that he was black and probably grew up as a brother, black. And so I was just shocked. I know a lot of us were shocked. I saw other people in different chats saying they were just really surprised because it's like, huh? And so now more and more is coming out about him. He was into real estate and different things like that. But it was really surprising when I saw that, like what prompted you to do something like this? Miss T 3000 is saying, "Hey, y'all, were you guys surprised when you saw him? Am I the only one that was just shocked?" Lulu is saying, follow celebrity on IG, and she posted right there. Yes, please follow me there. And that's where when we do giveaways, you can post your Cash App on my IG because I know people don't want to just put it in the chat here. Yeah, so Lulu, exactly. Lulu was saying I was too, I guess there's more to come. Like they're delving into his past, like his mental history or what got him to this point, like why did he do it, and there's still information coming out about the explosion at the Trump Towers with the Cybertruck. That guy, I just knew he was Middle Eastern when I heard the name. I know. So I'm feeling like he converted to Islam and then he may have had a name change. I'm making an assumption because I haven't gone on and seen all his history and everything. But I'm just assuming that he grew up as a regular, in Texas, whatever, brother. And then they said he went to Afghanistan, and some of those cells like ISIS and stuff, they do recruit Americans. And so maybe something, or maybe he just changed his religion. I don't know. I really don't know the whole history or the story, but I mean, I am interested in how did this happen? That's crazy. No, Miss T, he was a brother though, and a brother through and through. Yeah. Yes. I mean, we usually don't do stuff like that. I mean, and if so, was he on a suicide mission? Like what was going on? Did he get paid to do it? We know now that they think that there were other people working with him. So that would be interesting to know, like who, what, and why, and the fact that these people are still out there. And are we going to be seeing more of these incidents across the U.S.? Because we had the Cybertruck, and I did see a little snippet about the Cybertruck. They did find explosives in that car, so it was detonated. I mean, that's crazy, and Lulu, we were talking about it yesterday about Elon Musk providing information on, the car, where it stopped to get gas and all of those things like that. So it's just like there's some organized cell or something out there where, this might not be the end of it. We may be in for a very rocky 2025, with all the political stuff going on, you know, there's some people that really despise Trump. I mean, you know, it is. It's some Trump haters. And so maybe, I don't know, like, this is crazy. And it's sad because innocent people are, you know, losing their lives. So like Lulu said, please hit the like button, hit the like button. Thank you. Yeah, y'all. So I just wanted to talk about what that scandal in New York, what's going on with that, with this NYPD guy. I'm going to read more about it because I just saw it today because I was like, oh, what? There was another raid. And, you know, after these raids, you know what's next? There's going to be an indictment because the mayor's already been indicted. So there's just going to be a list of people that I think are going to be involved in this whole fiasco. So anyway, I will keep my eye on that. I'm still doing Diddy updates to see what's going on with Diddy. I don't know what's going on with him. There's nothing. Yeah, Lulu says we have to stay prayed up. We absolutely do. Man, Lulu, my daughter is 24. And when I tell you, you know, because young people like to do what young people do. They like to go to concerts. They like to do stuff. And it's just so scary because you just always praying that they make it home safe, you know, not just mine, but all of them. And I always share this story. I've already lost in my family. We've already lost one of the young women in our family to, you know, she was unalived by possibly a boyfriend. They never caught the guy. But so it's just no guarantees, right? I've experienced it. I've lived through it. I know what it's like to have somebody unalived in your family. You know, it's a tragedy. You never get over it. And you know you're never safe. We're all just one pew away from dealing with something like this. And it's getting more and more and increasing more. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to get off of here and I'll be back today. Thank you, Lulu. Thank you for keeping me on point, girl. I thank you. I had a troll. I think I did a video. I think last night I did a live and you weren't there and I had a little troll, but I handled it. But I definitely need you. So I appreciate you. Thank you for coming. I'm going to try to do another live today and I'll let you know ahead of time. Okay. And Lulu says to all of y'all, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate all of you and Happy New Year. And we'll see you on the next video. Bye.